Do you know Modi ji? Why do you know Messi and Ronaldo? Just because of one thing, politics. Why do you know Sachin Tendulkar? Just because of one thing, football. Why? Just because of one thing, cricket. In such a case, I can give examples of many people and companies who are famous for just one thing. And observing all these things, Gary Keller, the co-founder of the biggest real estate company in the US, wrote a book along with the vice president of his company, Jahi Papasan, The One Thing. They observed that all the popular companies in the world today and all the successful people are successful solely because of one thing. All the successful people knew that the time we have to live is too short to learn everything, but it is enough to learn one thing in the best possible way and become a master at it. They knew that in this competitive market, you cannot become the best in everything, but you can certainly become an expert in one thing. We know Mark Zuckerberg as the most successful entrepreneur in the world because he focused on just one thing, Facebook, and that one thing, meaning Facebook made him the fifth richest person in the world today. So, do you know what that one thing is for you? If not, then let's understand the Iwaki domino effect first. A single domino has the power to knock over another domino that is 50% larger. If you start with just a 2-inch domino and arrange them in geometric progression, then by knocking over just the 2-inch domino, the 18th domino that falls will be as tall as the Leaning Tower of Pisa. The 23rd domino will be as tall as the Eiffel Tower, and the 57th domino will be tall enough to cover the distance from the Earth to the Moon. This means that the small domino knocked over today has the power to eventually knock over a domino that is millions of times larger. We should set our goals based on this principle of the domino effect. To give an example, I want to read 2,000 books in a day, which I will call my someday goal. I will compare this someday goal to the last 57th domino. So, this will be my last and biggest domino that I want to topple. And to topple that big domino, I first need to topple the smallest domino. This means my someday goal passes through 5-year, 1-year, monthly, weekly, and daily goals, reaching the right now goal, which is equivalent to the first 2-inch domino. If I start reading one paragraph of a book right now, then, in one day, I will be able to read 2,000 books. According to this principle, to topple my 2,000 books domino, I need to start right now. First, I need to topple the domino of the first paragraph. A research was conducted by psychologists, in which 2 groups of students were formed. One group was asked to visualize the direct outcome of getting an A grade in the exam, and the other group was asked to visualize the process required to achieve that A grade. Meaning, they were asked to visualize what they would need to study, how many lectures they would need to attend, and all those details. And then, the scientists reached a conclusion that the group which visualized the process had the best performance compared to those who visualized the direct outcome. So, according to the principle of the domino effect, the conclusion is that you should visualize the process of your biggest goal, divide it into smaller parts, and start working on the smallest part right now. Because success builds in a sequence. If you want to become a billionaire, first you have to become a millionaire. And before that, you have to become a 100,000aire. Secondly, multitasking is a lie. If someone tells you that they can multitask, understand that they are bluffing because no one can actually multitask. Even computers can't multitask. The word multitasking comes from computers, which switch from one task to another so quickly that it seems like they are doing 2 tasks at once. But in reality, they are not multitasking either. Juggling is also just an illusion. To the observer, it seems like the juggler is spinning 3 balls at once. But in reality, the juggler is just catching and tossing 1 ball at a time. And they complete this action so quickly that it seems to us like they are spinning all 3 balls at once. Multitasking is neither efficient nor effective. Therefore, instead of multitasking, focus your heart and mind on just one task, which will allow it to be completed very effectively and in less time. The third principle is to compete against multitasking. Willpower is limited. The author says that our willpower, that is, our passion and determination, is like a mobile phone battery that is fully charged in the morning and gradually depletes by evening. Therefore, we should complete our most important task, that is, the one thing, early in the morning. Just as electricity is needed to charge a mobile phone battery, similarly, good thoughts are needed to recharge our willpower. That's why you feel extremely energetic after watching motivational videos or reading books because at that time your willpower is getting charged. Most people complain that they can only stay motivated for about 12 days and then go back to normal again. Because even a mobile battery doesn't stay charged for 12 weeks. It needs to be charged 2 to 3 times a day, depending on its usage. That's why the author says that whenever you have willpower, you should immediately start your work, otherwise it will just go to waste. Here, you might have the question of which task to do when we have so many tasks. For that, the fourth point is to convert your to-do list into the one thing to-do list. Everyone makes a to-do list, but you need to do something different with it too. You need to apply the 80-20 principle, because we all know that 80% of our results come from 20% of our tasks. So you need to define that 20% of tasks from your to-do list and create a list, which we will call the success list. In this success list, you will apply the 80-20 principle once more, and in the end, you will have only one task, which will be the one thing. No matter how big your to-do list is, you can use the 80-20 principle to convert it into the one thing. And that is what you need to complete first. Winslow Beide said that success demands a single-minded purpose, and this can only happen when you ask yourself one question every day. What's the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or unnecessary? Meaning, what is that one task of mine that by doing it will make everything else easier or unnecessary? If you start your work daily with this question, you will see significant improvement in both the quality and effectiveness of your work. So, I highly recommend that you add this book to your personal library and read it. If I have delivered even a little value to you through this video, please share it with your friends. Thank you.